Hey, what's up, guys? Quick question. Do you know anybody who has ever made a mountain out of a molehill? How about an entire industry that made a mountain out of a molehill? Welcome to Real Estate 2024. If you remember, a couple, 2 or 3 years ago, there were some lawsuits that were started, and these lawsuits all surrounded the buyer's agent, listing agent compensation structure. It all revolved around that compensation structure, in addition to how clients were represented, both sellers and buyers. And when those lawsuits started, there were these big numbers that were thrown out there, that all these billions of dollars are going to be taken from commissions and paid to these into these lawsuits. And of course, there was the wringing of hands, there was the gnashing of teeth, and for all intents and purposes, if you got on social media or you listen to the news, it was the end of the buyer's agent in the real estate industry. Obviously, those lawsuits were settled in, I think, November of last year. August of this year was when the settlement, the new rule changes took effect. And of course, there were still hand wringing and people on social media and all these Facebook groups saying it's the end. I'm never going to make money again. Well, here we are 4 months later, 3 months later, in November of 2024, and Mike Delpreet. I met Mike. I had a chance to meet Mike at a conference, and Mike's out in Colorado, and he provides tons of statistical information. And if you're not on his email list, I would highly recommend you join his email list. And this morning, he sent out an email in regards to the buyer's agent commission and the effect of the lawsuit. And the first thing that he said was, the lawsuit, really, there's been no change in the buyer's agent commission since the lawsuit. He said, historically, the buyer's agent commission fluctuates seasonally, pretty typical. But he said the biggest piece from this, and this data is taken from about 55,000 transactions among the largest brokerages in the United States. And he said the commission settlement, really, all it did was change the mechanics of the deal. It gave the clients more choice. Why wouldn't the clients want more choice? It took the power out of the cooperative compensation. It took the power out of the agent's compensation and put that power back into the hands of the client. It's their money. Why shouldn't they have control over that? So over these 55,000 transactions among the largest brokerages in the United States, what he found was there's been a 0.06% decrease in buyer's agent's commission. But he says that's a seasonal effect. That's not settlement related. You see the chart, the graph behind me. And just for a point of references, if you don't do percentages very well, it's about $240 on a $400,000 house. So the percentage difference, the amount difference is negligible. So let me put your mind at ease. It's not the end. It's not the demise of the buyer's agent. We've not seen the last of the buyer's agent, buyer client's representation in the real estate industry. None of that is true. It's all going to be just fine. The difference is, and we've taught this for years, is that now the buyer's agent has to be able to clearly articulate their value proposition. The buyer's agent has to be able to present their value prop just like a listing agent does when they go into a listing appointment. So all it's done is it's ratcheted up the need for professional buyer representation. You're not going to be able to get a buyer's rep agreement and be guaranteed 3% because you get a contract signed. You're going to have to do work as a buyer's agent. You're going to have a value prop as a buyer's agent. Your buyer clients are going to have to understand the value you provide to the degree that they're willing to pay for that value. So if you're a buyer's agent with no buyer presentation, if you're a buyer's agent with no ability to explain your value prop, then you might go away. But if you're a professional, you're willing to do the hard work, you're willing to dive in there and figure out what it is you actually do that separates you from the rest, what it is you actually do that creates value for your buyer clients, that allows you to go into a negotiation, allows you to go into a cooperative engagement with a listing agent to be able to represent your clients properly, to get them the best deal on the right house for them. If you can do that and you're a professional, you have nothing to worry about. So again, if you're a buyer's agent, you're a professional, and you can clearly articulate your value prop, man, it ain't nothing but sunshine and roses for you. If you're a buyer's agent who just wants to go get a buyer's rep sign so you can go get 3% from a listing agent and not do any work for that other than drive people around in your car, it's going to be a tough road for you. But I'm all for the professionals. Man, I'm all for helping. I'm all for helping you guys grow. I'm all for helping you build that value prop. So if I can help you in any way, man, please don't hesitate to reach out. My name's Aaron Dwyer, and I really appreciate you guys taking some time to watch this video. Y'all take care. Happy Thanksgiving, and we'll talk to you soon.